refer to notes because there's a lot of details here, so feel free to ask me again or repeat myself. I'm happy to do that. Okay, so this case is a missing person case on Eddie Hare and Scott Smith. They are rock hunters. You guys are ready to go, right? I'm not jumping the gun here. They're rock hunters, so they get together. They're friends. Sounds like lifelong friends. They get together and they drive out to places to find rare rocks. We've had some tips in that they might be in Central Oregon, somewhere out of Eugene, the Coast Range. We've even had a tip as far as Idaho. So our goal here, our objective, is really to find them. We want to know where they are. I'm going to cite some facts that we have looked into, some investigative leads that our detectives have followed up on, which are pretty standard law enforcement tactics here. So neither of them have any active bank activity. They have not left the country as far as we can tell. No flight records. Last cell phone activity for both of them was on September 23rd. No hospital activity. Their neighborhoods have been canvassed, their friends have been talked to, family members that have been talked to, and we are just at a dead end. So here we are asking for your help to push this out to our community. We're asking for our community to help us find Eddie and Scott. Okay? That's pretty much what I've got. Lob questions at me, and then I'm going to bring up a very close friend of Eddie's to speak to you guys to ask for your help as well.
Is there any indication which way they may have?
None. That's the problem. It's anywhere. So when you think like rare rocks, like we start looking into places in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Utah, Colorado that have these rare rocks, it sounds like traditionally they've gone to the Coast Range in the past and into Central Oregon. So those are obviously the first spots we've checked.
You said their last cell phone ping or whatever was the 23rd?
Yeah, so Eddie's last cell phone ping was 9:23. I believe the detectives could tell where that was. I don't have that information. But again, so that banking activity I talked about was here in Beaverton. So I venture to guess, please don't err this, but I venture to guess that's where the cell phone ping was as well. So it's not giving us any investigative leads. Again, you guys have all the information we have.
I think you kind of answered, but again, the reason this makes this such a concerning case compared to like somebody missing.
One person that goes missing and has all these details is kind of one of those things maybe they want to be missing. We've got 2 community members who are missing and have all the same features of their missing persons case. We're very concerned that something has happened to Scott and Eddie just simply because of the nature of this type of case, right, or the details of their case.
What should the public be looking for?
Great question. I sent you the car. You guys have the car. It's a red Jeep, license plate 494KQW. I'll get you the year of the Jeep too. Sorry, I don't have that memorized. You guys have the year. It's a 2005 Jeep Wrangler, red in color. Okay. I'm happy to come back up. I appreciate you guys coming here. This is really one of those partnerships that we work together. So I'm happy to come back and answer any more questions that come to your mind. And I'm going to introduce you to Katrina, who's friends with Eddie. Thank you, guys.
Katrina, it's a little silly, but can you give us the correct spelling, your first and last name, and how you're related?
Sure. It's Katrina, and then Pirkle, Pirkle.
Sister, brother, mother?
Eddie and I have known each other for about 27 years, and we were actually partners for about 25 years, and so
they separated about
4 years,
almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
And this is Krista.
Krista, can you do the same thing?
Yeah, my name is Krista, Crista. My last name is Fox, Fox. I am a Pirkle. I'm married to her son. Eddie, I lost my father when I was about 5 or 6 years old, and Eddie has been my father for 15, 16 years. And my babies, my 2 kiddos, Nicholas and Lola, love him. He came over every Saturday to help with the yard. He was just always there if we needed him, and he just stopped answering his phone.
When Eddie and I were together, I had 3 children, and my children chose to call him, 2 of my children chose to call him Dad, and they had a really tight relationship. Our daughter died last year, and then we still had our son, and our son talked to him he's almost 40 now, and he has the 2 children with Krista, and we've always been a really tight-knit family. He still comes over at Christmas, Thanksgiving, and everything. We still talk on the phone at least once a week. And then he talks with the grandkids and Josh at least, a couple times a week. And he's made no contact now in 6 weeks. And it's just gotten to the point where we know there's something going on. He's nowhere to be found. He's not answering his phone. This has never happened before.
He's got really bad feet. He's had them reconstructed. They hurt to walk and do things on. So just to know, and Scott's got Crohn's. He's real, real sick.
Yeah, both of them
And need their medication.
Yeah, both of them are ill, and they don't have their when they left home, they didn't have their medication. When they left home, they didn't take their camping gear. We've been in the both apartments, and they didn't take things necessary to go camping or even really to go rock hunting. So we don't think that they went either place. They didn't have a tent. They didn't have their coats, their winter coats. And Eddie's cold when it turns 70.
Yeah.
So, he would have long underwear on right now. And, he's got such bad arthritis that his body locks up in the cold. And, it's impossible for him to be out there walking around in, what he was wearing when he left.
And to not contact us or one of my children.
It's not
Eddie.
It's not Eddie, yeah. He would have told us that he was leaving town. He always does. He told us that he was supposed to be leaving town on that Monday to go rock hunting for a couple of days. He'd never mentioned that he was going to be leaving town on Sunday. He never, and if, like we said, he would have had the equipment that he needed. Eddie was a very, he knew how to camp. He was a very experienced camper is what I want to say, and he was very meticulous about planning his camping trips, and he would plan everything in advance, and everything was ready to go that he needed to go.
And we didn't know where he's going. If he's going for a long, he would make sure to tell us exactly where he's going.
So it's not like this happened before?
Nope.
No, this has never happened before, and when we went in the apartment, all the equipment that he needed was still in the apartment. So we know they didn't go camping. And they're traveling with a pretty big dog, and they would need all the stuff for Eve too.
And all her medication was left at home also.
So Eve would be getting cold at this point. She would need shelter also.
Yes.
What kind of dog was it?
I always say it wrong.
Something like an Australian cattle dog terrier.
Is that a
And-
large dog?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a larger dog. Yeah, she's about 80 pounds probably.
Yeah. She is friendly, but can be not friendly too.
Would she respond to being called if somebody sees the dog?
Yes. Yeah,
She probably would, but
whether she would be nice or not is a different story.
yeah, she's very attached to Eddie and Scott, and so she she maybe wouldn't listen to anybody else.
But she would respond.
But she would respond. She would definitely turn around to her name, or if there was a problem with Eddie or Scott, she would definitely respond to someone.
Yes, she's a very smart dog.
Eve.
Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went missing, were you guys concerned like within the night or the next day? When did you think to start that something's not right?
My husband noted he didn't. He had texted him every day that week of the 19th, I believe it was, and he wasn't responding. And so when it came around Saturday, when he was supposed to be there, we got worried at that point in time. Like, wait a minute,
well, we were
he's
worried
not
before
responding.
that.
Yeah, we just
We at that point in time, at that
We
Saturday
did
when
think
he was
he went
supposed
on
to be
his
there, it
3-day
had been a
trip.
week that since we had contact, and so we came out here to check the apartment at that time, and that's when when we got to the apartments and we found out that nobody had any contact with him at either apartments, because we have friends over at Scott's apartments because we had lived there previously, and they hadn't seen him either and were also concerned. And when we talked to the neighbors at Eddie's, they were concerned, because they hadn't seen him either. But then we knew that there was something really wrong, and so I called the police at that point. I actually talked to Tillamook first, because that's where I thought they might be, and
maybe they
then
got stuck or something. But
and then I talked to Beaverton on that Monday, because Tillamook told me that Beaverton probably would not take a missing persons report since they were both adults.
able adults can take care of themselves pretty much.
But, these are older gentlemen who both have some medical issues and who need your help, people. They really do
And they
need
would
your help.
contact us if they could. We know they would.
So if you see the Jeep, you see the dog, you see them, please let us know. It's really important.
How hard has it been on you guys? I imagine you've gone through all these scenarios in your head. How hard has it been for you guys to go through this?
It has not been easy in any way, shape, or form, especially with two kiddos that, rely on their papa, because that was his last papa. They've had many papas, but that was the last papa, and it just trying to deal with their emotionalness and ours and hers, and it has not been easy in any way.
After losing their aunt, the kids, after, losing my daughter last year, and then having Eddie go missing, it's been very difficult on us. And when I lost Cassie, it was a surprise. It was a death that was unexpected. And then to have this happen, it's been very difficult, and to the point where I bought my granddaughter a book on grief, because at this point,
We don't know
it
what to
really,
tell her.
we just, she's grieving before we even know what the answers are. And we would at least like to know what the answers are. Because it's hard to tell an 12-year-old that everything's okay when you know that it's not. And a 17-year-old, he's trying to graduate and, live a happy senior year. And he's just, he's not pulling it through very much. Because he's
Growing
so
up on the
worried.
holidays is really hard. Really hard. He's always with us through the holidays, too, because he has no other family. He doesn't have any blood family. He's the last one of his kind, if you want to put it that way.
Of his line.
Yeah, he's the only one, and we're the only people he has, so. Just trying to do what we can do.
That, 26 years is a long time to know somebody and to have them just go poof. out of thin air is beyond, yeah. And it just takes everything away. And I have MS, and the more stress I get under, the more active that becomes. And so, you know, if you got answers, please help us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, I think we can all sympathize with family members of Eddie and Scott here. We all got people close to us that if they go missing, it's troubling to us. And I think from the Beaverton Police Department and probably most of the community, our heart aches for what they're going through. You guys have, your stations have the photo of the actual Jeep. You have the plate information. The family brought up Eve the dog. Eve the dog is believed to be with them, likely in the vehicle. You also have a photo of Eve. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for helping us out with this. We appreciate it. The circumstances are just too odd. We're obviously concerned for them. So
people want to have clues or whatever, where should they call?
the Beaverton Police Department tip line is 503-526-2280. Again, 503-526-2280. And Detective Maurer is the lead investigator on this case. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.